Dear diary full of shit. Just play along, me, myself, and I. No one else. Are you on so legit? Um, I listen to these audio presentations. Um, Not necessarily before I post them. Maybe I want to get them posted, but I always listen to them either before or during or immediately after. Because sometimes I'll get them posted and then I'll kind of do some other shit around the house. But I like to make sure that it, recorded in its entirety. Because I had that happen one time where it didn't. I don't remember how I found out because I just listened to it on my phone and then I delete it. Um, so it still might fail, being uploaded to YouTube. Sometimes I'll listen to my own audio presentation because sometimes I'll get like 5 to 10 views like in an afternoon on some audio presentation that's like 2 months old. And it's like, I wonder what the fuck's going on there. And I don't know if it's the usual suspects or if it's a legitimate thing or what, but sometimes. But when I said 135 over 72 or whatever I said, I meant 125. Normal healthy blood pressure is in the low 120s, or yeah, the 120s on the high end, on the upper number, and the 70s on the lower number. And in my opinion, that should be low 120s and low 70s. And resting heart rate, in my opinion, for a healthy adult, you know, is between 60 and 70. And if you're really athletic, then it's consistently, in the 50s. You know, and secondly, I realized, um, yesterday I made them vegetables and made some meat and mashed potatoes, which I did, and I was intending on eating that, over the weekend. Well, I ate the meat and like half of the mashed potatoes, and I started off. I ate half the vegetables, but they turned out so damn good. I ate the rest of them. Now the thing is about vegetables is you can eat as much as you want. I mean, I guess technically you could overdo it. Like if you eat, 10 pounds of carrots every day, you'll turn orange or whatever. But generally speaking, you can eat as much vegetables as you want. As far as calories go, there's not much to them. As far as like nutrients and antioxidants and vitamins and stuff, they're good. They're good as far as like fiber and stuff like that. Stuff that lowers blood pressure, prevents cancer. There's good stuff. But caloric wise, calorie wise, there's not much to them. So, like I said, you eat a bowl of popcorn. If you're just eating the popcorn, that's one thing. But most people put salt and or butter on it. And it's like that's not healthy. You eat a bowl of oven roasted vegetables. While you're watching a movie. Like I said, I like to do. Um, you're good to go. So anyway, I wanted to state those two things. I'm glad I caught that because I had said that. I'm making enough uh, food for the weekend, and then I'm on my shit. Well, that was the plan, and then just today I decided, and it's like, no, I know I shouldn't, you know, and I don't remember when I ate the chicken wings. I swear it was yesterday, but anyway, um, and I've noticed if I make 2 skillets worth of stuff, I have different size Tupperware, and I'll fill, man, what is it like? I think it's 4 quarts or whatever. I have different size, Tupperware, and only half of whatever's in that per day. But um, so yeah, I'm glad I caught that. I'm gonna go get pizza. What happened to the vegetable shit? I made them. I washed I have 2 skillets going. Um, and I wash them by hand and just put them back. Um, I usually just put the dishes, like if I use a plate, in the dishwasher. It's just easier. I've noticed. Um, it takes me a long time to fill the dishwasher, and then I just do the dishes and call it good. I mean, if I'm using a fork or a spoon, I'll rinse it and dry it and put it back, or a knife. You know, if I do something that is real easy to clean, you know, like I just need to quickly rinse out, you know, a glass that I used. I mean, I use the same, you know, plastic thermo mug. I have two of them. And you know, I just, when it's empty, you know, I'll just sort of rinse it out and put it back in the, you know, dish rack that I have. And in that rack, I have a bowl, my plastic thermo mug, a coffee cup, because I'm gonna start drinking like healthy tea and stuff on the regular, and a big plate. I don't have a little plate. I've got those in my cupboard, but I just use the big plate because if I'm gonna eat not a lot of stuff, I'll just put it on the big plate, rinse it, and put it back. And then a fork, a steak knife, and a spoon. And if I need to use something like put butter on something, I'll just use the steak knife. And in theory, you know, I was just going to use like those three dishes. And then when you're done, you know, when the food's still moist and stuff, you rinse it and dry it and put it back. But frequently, you know, there's still kind of like some shit on the edges, you know, of the plate. Which is, you know, if I wanted to, I could just real quickly use the brush, you know, and just brush around that and put it back. But, you know, maybe I'll start doing that, you know, but I usually just rinse it. And then the little bit that's around the edge, I'll just put it in the dishwasher. And, you know, I might need to do dishes, you know, once a month, you know, so. Anyway, that's that. So I'm going to go get a pizza. I ate all my vegetables. I still got half the mashed potatoes. I ate all the stew meat, and I mixed that with half of the mashed potatoes. Now I got half mashed potatoes right now. So anyway, and then, you know, like I said, for the next, you know, basically 3 weeks, you know, I'm gonna be on my shit. So. Are you really? Yeah. You're gonna go get a pizza. Well, like I said, on the weekends, you know, I'll eat sensibly. You know, I might splurge, you know, on Friday. You know, again, I might go get chicken wings or something. But then Saturday and Sunday, you know, make my own food. So anyway, this is my Sunday, you know, Netflix and chill. I'm gonna go get a pizza. You know, let's keep it real. So, in case anybody out there is saying, I caught you in a lie. You said you were making vegetables for the weekend. You ate chicken wings, ate vegetables, ate the vegetables, you know, and now on Sunday, since you ate all your vegetables, you're going to go get a pizza? Yep. Have a good day with your ass now.